Alright then, uh, EU users of YouTube in the entire world. We just put YT copyright bots, YouTube copyright bots everywhere. That's how I understand it. Let's just read through the article a little bit. Just scanning. Liable for copyrighted content uploaded by the users. Article 13 creates an obligation on information society service providers storing and giving access to large amounts of works and other subject matter uploaded by the users to take appropriate and proportionate measures to ensure the functioning of agreements concluded with the right holders and prevent the ability on their services of content identified by right holders in cooperation with service providers. This would remove the safe harbors that have been a long time bugbear for music right holders, which see them as responsible for the value gap between music royalties paid by platforms like YouTube and those that do not benefit from safe harbors like Spotify and Apple Music. Critics of Article 13 argue that it would damage key principles of free expression online by forcing platforms to filter anything that might be copyrighted content, while also damaging the chances of small internet startups to compete with giants like Google and YouTube, who can afford to spend tens of millions of dollars building tools like the latter's Content ID to comply with legislation. News is already being celebrated by music rights holders and their representative bodies, but will come as a blow to the technology companies and activists who have been campaigning against the proposal. Independent body Impala was one of the first to hail the news, describing as a great result for creators. Bullshit. Boss Helen Smithers had published an opinion on a piece earlier this week defending the proposed legislation. Nobody in the community is suggesting tearing down the internet. What we are asking lawmakers to do is make sure it works for everyone, which it doesn't anymore. Google provided this statement to Music Alley following the vote. People want access to quality news and creative content online, said the spokesperson. You've always said that more innovation and collaboration are the best way to achieve a sustainable future for the European news and creative sector. We are committed to continued close partnership with these industries. Also passed today was Article 11, which focuses more on the news side of things, or the link tax. So yeah, linking sources in an argument will now result in you having to pay them. That's what I understand of that. MEP Julia Reda, who had been one of the prominent critics of the proposal, summarized the fears in a tweet posted after the photos carried. Article 13 vote. The European Parliament endorses upload filters for all but the smallest sites and apps. Anything you want to publish will need to first be approved by these filters. Perfectly legal content like parodies and memes will be caught in the crosshairs. And here's your issue. Here's your issue, guys. And this is why it's bad. It's very important to understand that today's vote does not make Article 13 or the overall European Copyright Directive law. It's about agreeing on the European Parliament's approved text or directive, which then goes to the European Commission and member states, with the reported goal of becoming final past European legislation sometime in 2019. Okay, guys, we still have a chance. We still have a chance. We still have a chance. There is thus still potential for the text to change. Very crucial here. For the requirements to evolve for more lobbying, both behind the scenes and very public on the internet, today is certainly a victory for music rights holders within the wider context, but it's not the end of the story yet. Global music body, the IFPI, acknowledged that in its statement this afternoon. IFPI joins others in the creative community in thanking the European Parliament for its work on this proposal. Is the most difficult circumstance and congratulates this idiot on an outstanding performance, which it isn't. We will now look forward to working with the three institutions in the forthcoming trilogue, I don't know how to pronounce that, to ensure that the value gaps are effectively closed. Oh, thank you for the definition, mate. informal tripartite meetings on legislative purposes between representatives of the Parliament, the Council and the Commission. Their purpose is to reach a provisional agreement on a text acceptable for both Council and Parliament. Both sides are turning their attention on the next step, however. Parliament has failed to listen to citizens. No fucking shit. Now that Parliament and Council have adopted their positions, we will have one final chance to reject upload filters and link tags. In the final vote, on the directive after trilogue, probably in the spring. Talk to your governments, meanwhile. Okay, Mark Rutte, get this shit over with. Blocks. We expected the next step in the trilogue to make progress quickly and agreement on strong text to be found. The eyes of the world are on Europe to make online platforms more accountable and set new standards for creators online. You're a fucktard. We'll be covering reactions to the news in the coming hours here, so check back on the story regularly for updates. For now, here are some more reactions from both sides of the Article 13 debate. Supporters, idiot. Critics. Breaking. Worst possible outcome in the European Parliament copyright votes. Maps vote for upload filters, link tags, and TDM. Exception for data mining. No freedom of panorama, plus a new IP right for sports organizers. Okay. Son of an asylum seeker, father of an immigrant. Sure. Dr. O. We'll fight in Europe's courts too. There's no way that asking multinational corporations to send all of our communications into American data centers to be analyzed by algorithms and arbitrarily censored passes European constitutional muster. We'll fight in the 28 European parliaments when they sit on make national legislation. We'll fight in the upcoming elections. Hell, even if we'd won tonight's fight, we'd have to keep fighting. Turn. There's possible outcome on copyright vote in European Parliament just now. Article 13 adopted, no TDM exceptions, had to say. We tried. Thank you, Dutch person, probably Dutch person. EU Parliament just voted in favor of the most harmful pieces of the copyright. The directive, Article 13, censorship machines, and Article 11, link tags. The last line of defense against these terrible provisions will be the member states. Mark Rutte. Now that the Parliament and Council have adopted their positions, we have one final chance to reject upload filters and link tags in the final vote on the directive after trilogue, probably in the spring, talk with governments meanwhile. Parliament vote for link tags, too much, and for upload filters, too much. Why did I click on that again? The first vote in July was similarly close, so things can still close. You call that close? So things can still change until the final vote in spring if you keep up the pressure. Pressure them into submission. This is the one subject that I would like the large media, such as here the NOS, to take a large stance against the Article 13 and against the Article 11, because in the recent situation of Loic and Lily, which was a complete stupid situation, because, well, you should know that the government is just beaten into complying with the people in letting them stay here. Giant story, not going to tell here. The EP rejected expert tech evidence and academic analysis and have adopted Article 11 and Article 13 in the mandate for negotiations with trilogues. This is one of the last final steps. Now it's up to the member states to fight EU censorship in name of copyright. Breaking disastrous vote on Article 11 and Article 13 by the European Parliament and from the European Commission. Okay, this is going to be so unbiased here. And so nothing saying, as I'd like to call it. A planetary vote today is a huge step closer to adopt balanced EU copyright reform, modernize rules. Modernize? You call this modernize? They call this modernizing! They call this modernizing! They call this modernizing! Why did you call this modernizing? Modernizing is allowing these people who enjoy making remixes of other people's work and making memes and such, to allow them to do this. And if you ask me, they should instead have banned YouTube's Content ID system, because YouTube's Content ID system works so fucking badly. And that's going to come all over the internet now. Yeah, safe to say that I don't trust algorithms and shit like that with this shit yet. Please vote again in 2050 or something, and then vote for it. Maybe I'll not be against it. Oh cool, this guy's an idiot. Copyright protection, yes. We support copyright protection, yes, yes. Hold on a second. Paul McCartney supports Article 13. Okay, so how much money did he get from that? Oh cool. Here. Look, it's a major oof. I'll end off the video there.